Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. We just got done watching the Legends Limited Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks tag switch LF character. Like I said before, Future Gohan is my favorite version of Gohan. I know for a lot of people it's when you go Super Saiyan 2 against Cell, but I don't want to say related to, but I just found so much more impact coming out of what Future Gohan had to deal with, had to do, the introduction of the character, the timeline, just that entire arc. I really loved all the meaning behind that. So I'm actually quite excited for this character. Let's go ahead and see what they do. They added a new layer of creativity where a tag switch revive character is just something we haven't seen before. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but the very fact that they merge these two abilities together, yes, adds another layer of creativity for what we can play. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. I really hope this character is not just overwhelmingly broken and busted and boring to deal with, though. Please don't be just another infinite combo character. Just be a little bit more unique than what we've seen prior. All right, here we go. The new Legends Limited tag character, Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks Youth joins the fight. When defeated in battle, switch to Trunks Youth and awaken the Super Saiyan form. I really hope this character is at least a fresh take on what we've seen so far. I really don't want another super boring long combo dude like we have with the Green Super Saiyan 3 or transforming Vegeta Blue. Make him fresh, make him unique, make him an interesting character, please. Number 1, new succession mechanic. When own health reaches 0, changes to Trunks with 80% health and transform into Super Saiyan. When still a tag character, Gohan will be blue and Trunks will be purple, but after succession, Super Saiyan Trunks Youth will be blue like Gohan was. So a revival that changes element factor is considered succession to them. That's interesting. I don't mind this. Blue and purple though. Who is this for? Is this for Future? Blue and purple? I guess that makes sense. Blue and purple for Future, if that's the hyper focus. I think I would have preferred red. I only say red because we have far too many powerful yellow units. I think we can all agree. I know Gotenks exist and I know Daima Goku exists, but they're just that pesky and powerful. I really do think that more red units should be on the chopping block here. On the field, sorry. Number 2, tag switch for combos and healing. Ah, crap. Draw a card and recover health and ki when you tag switch. Do it whenever the tag switch fills up. Yes, thank you. This is like telling someone to do the dishes as they're washing their dishes. We know. Number 3, special move arts that deal big damage. Special move damage inflicted in critical rate will get a boost for each arts card in your hand. In my hand or used? In my hand. I'm guessing the blue card destroys cards and gets a buff, perhaps, like Gotenks. Sorry, not like Goten. Well, I guess for his ultimate. Either way. Number 4, fill up the unique gauge and finish them off. The unique gauge will charge while you're on the battlefield and when you tag switch. Nullify enemy special cover changes when you fill it to max. Plus, while it's full, you get a boost of damage inflicted and arts card draw speed. Ah, crap. Please don't be what I think it is. Super Saiyan Trunks Youth features. Number 1, powerful main ability. Charge the unique gauge by 50% and draw special move arts. If there's a defeated battle member, then also restore the vanish gauge by 100%. Oh, I like this. I like this. You guys know the kind of characters I enjoy playing as. You know me, Vanish Restoration plays, I love those so much. Characters like Super Vegeta, when they get the unique gauge, are a ton of fun with me. Yeah, you know, Super Saiyan God Goku earning the Vanish gauge when he's doing a long combo, super fun, because I love to do the long charge back up to mid-range. My opponent mid-range strikes. You know what I mean? You guys have seen me long enough to know the characters that appeal to me. This is already a nice little ping, green flag. Stand against the fiercest of foes with Legends Limited Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks Youth, the Earth's last remaining warriors of hope. Alright, so we're starting up as Gohan. We are blue with the tags Sun Family, Vegeta Clan, Hybrid Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Future Episode, Android Saga. Let's see what we got with the Z ability. At 14 stars, 38% to tag Future, Hybrid Saiyan, or Vegeta Clan base blast attack and defense, and 18% to tag Future base strike defense. So they're a blast-oriented character. Makes sense given Vegito. That makes complete sense. I think I would have preferred a more strike-oriented version of this, but that's fine. Strike card. Has armor and restores health on activation. Restores own health by 3% upon activation. This is really strong. This is not a held card, by the way. This means that every single time you're on the Gohan side, when you press that strike card, you heal 3%. You're not gonna, it's not, you don't have to rely on a specific kind of card in your hand. You just straight up do it. That's cool. Blast card. Buff damage inflicted on activation. 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts upon activation. Fantastic. More ways to buff damage already. Special move. Special move damage inflicted in critical rate will get a boost for each arts card in your hand. On activation, gain a buff that nullifies enemy endurance effects. Deals massive impact damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. 30% to blue card damage inflicted for 3 counts. Applies the attribute upgrade minus 20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 counts. And nullifies endurance effects when this character attacks for 3 counts. Also applies the following effects to self per arts card in your hand. 10% to special move damage inflicted plus 10% to crit rate. This is an interesting gimmick because you are essentially saying I am willing to trade the long combo potential in the hopes that I get the one shot. I almost like this idea because you now have to make that quick mental decision of I have this opportunity to one-shot this one character right now. I caught them in the sidestep. I have a full hand in my. I have a full hand of cards with a blue. I have the opportunity to one-shot my opponent. Or if I decide to go ahead and be a little bit more brazen, I can go ahead and go for a combo instead, which I feel is going to net me more benefit because I could either farm a rush. I can go into other characters that have more combo potential. I currently have type advantage, and I can consistently maintain type advantage over my opponent's character swaps. Being able to make that choice and drastically change the outcome of the fight is a fun way of adding more creativity to this character. I can appreciate something like this. I like this. This is great. I don't think this is enough of a buff for people to say it's worth it, because only 30% crit rate is a big gamble, and only 30% additional blue card damage is not enough for me to feel confident enough that I would net more damage or guarantee more opportunities from that one blue card versus a long combo. But the fact that they're starting this, I can appreciate. Green card. Nullify enemy cover changes as well as your own attribute downgrades in normal conditions. Use this ability when you're ready to go on the offense. Randomly draw one new card. Restores on key by 50%, 20% to damage inflicted for 20 counts, plus 70% to own unique gauge charge rate for 10 counts. Applies buff effect, nullifies special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 counts, and nullify own attribute downgrades that are normal conditions for 10 counts. Because it doesn't say on hit anywhere, I can feel confident that 1, it is not some rink-a-dink, stupid AoE green card, and number 2, we know it's just going to be a standalone stop time green. It's just a power-up. I don't have to worry about, it being a projectile or a melee or whatever. So it's a stop time green. Good. Switch ability. Tag switch to Trunks and switch your element to purple. You'll recover health and ki as well as charge the unique gauge every time you tag switch. Tag switch to Trunks Youth. Switch his own element to element purple. Randomly draw one new card, being 3 or fewer. Restore on health by 10% and ki by 40. Charges on unique gauge by 40%, cancels on attribute downgrades. Nice. Ki by 40. So many tag switch characters got so little trinklings of ki that it's nice to see us get 40. So far, I haven't seen an arts card reduction anywhere, though. Unique ability 1. Get a boost to damage inflicted and nullify unfavorable element factors for damage sustained every time you're faced with an enemy. Plus, every time you use an arts, you'll gain a permanent buff to damage inflicted up to a max of 50%. It doesn't stop there, because you'll gain an additional buff to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. This character will be dishing out some serious firepower. The most important ability is Succession, which activates when own health reaches 0. Change the Trunks with 80% health and transform into Super Saiyan. Okay, first of all, this is going to be the world's longest kit because not only is it a tag switch character, but they revive to another character. That's essentially 3 kits in one. All right. First of all, I hate this. I really dislike this because it feels so lazy. A core mechanic to this game is type advantage, maintaining type advantage. I dislike it when they go ahead and say, listen, we got so many characters that are going to have type advantage over our new star boy. Just make them go type neutral. It's lazy. It's okay to have characters that are going to have type advantage over a new character. It doesn't suddenly mean that they're obsolete. So I don't like this. We're eventually going to be nullifying such a core mechanic to the game, because think about how many characters when they swap in are just type neutral. Literally everybody does that. In the same way, everybody just debuffs everyone. We're swiping away buffs. It's like that meme when they say we're losing recipes, we're losing mechanics. Stop doing this. All right, here we go. When own health reaches 0, Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks Youth changes to Super Saiyan Youth, Trunks Youth with 80% health and transforms into Super Saiyan. If own health reaches 0 due to enemy self-destruct, this character will be defeated. Android 16. Applies the following effects to self at the battle start. Charges unique gauge by 90%. Charges switch gauge by 60%. 170% to damage inflicted. This is a ridiculous number, by the way. 170%? What the hell? Reduces damage received by 10%. Reduces impact, explode, and slice damage received by 10%. Cannot be cancelled. This is ridiculous. That right there is goofy. 70% damage, reduced damage received is standard, but this being slapped on top of it just means that this character... Tag switch characters are gatekeeped because their stats are typically a little bit lower, so you're going to want more copies. But having this already there just means that you can feel a little bit more confident with their durability. Increases card draw speed by 1 level and -5 to arts cost. There we go. That's what I was looking for. The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Restores own ki by 20. 10% to damage inflicted for 10 counts. Nullify unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. And inflict enemy with the attribute downgrade -1 to card draw speed level. Plus the following effects to self every time this character uses an arts card. 10% to damage inflicted. Cannot be cancelled. Activates 5 times. Activation count is shared between Gohan and Trunks. Good. And plus 10% to damage inflicted for 10 counts. Wow, they're going to be stacking up damage fast. Nullify enemy... Yes! Oh, yes! Yes! I love this character already. Nullifies enemy wide-range special arts attacks when this character is in one of the following states. Oh, yes! Screw AoE greens. Yes! Holy crap, Legends. Could it be you guys made a character that addresses some of the most aggravating attributes into the PvP meta right now? What a fantastic start. Nullifies AoE greens. I already know I'm going to love this character. Yes! Nullifies stupid AoE greens when he's slide moving or standing still, sidestepping to the left or right, receiving an attack. Love it. Yes. Unique ability 2, yeah, has a special cover change against strike arts. The unique gauge will charge while this character is on the battlefield, and when you charge it to max, you'll nullify enemy special cover changes. While it's full, you'll gain a boost to damage inflicted and to arts card draw speed. Alright, cover change against good old strikes, changeable with the blue. Charges on unique gauge while this character is on the battlefield. Once unique gauge is full, apply buff effect, nullify cover change to self for 10 counts. Applies the following effects to self and the unique gauge is full. 30% to damage inflicted. Aw, crap. He gets level 2 card draw speed? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He may just be an infinite long combo guy. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the field. Charges on switch gauge by 30%. 10% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 counts. Shorten ally sub count by 1. This is very strong. Wow, okay. If own unique gauge is full after enemy attack is over, it resets to 0 and the following effects occur. Restores health by 20%, reduce enemy ki by 30, and inflict all enemies with 3 subcounts. Shorten own subcount by 5 when enemy activates an ultimate awaken rust or... Wow, this is fantastic. You get to trigger the succession mechanic so easily. Very strong already. Now we're on the Trunks side. He does not have blast armor on strike, and nor does he... stack damage on blast. He's a noob. Very accurate. Special move arts with the same effect as Gohan's. Okay, so we know that this is essentially the exact same thing. It's literally the exact same thing. Green cards. Special arts with the same effect as Gohan's. Okay, so this is nothing new anyways. Tag switch to Gohan, switch your element to blue. Like with Gohan, use this ability as you fight to recover health and ki, as well as charge the unique gauge. Tag switch to Gohan, switch his own element to element blue. Randomly draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restore his own health by 10% and ki by 40. Charges his own unique gauge by 40% and cancels his own attribute downgrades. No biggie. Requirements. Max switch gauge. Trunks is... Trunks? Hold on. Hey, look, we didn't get hit with a copyright strike. Trunks generally has the same abilities as Gohan. However, the first time Trunks switches in, this character will get uncancelable 70% boost to key recovery and an uncancelable reduction to blast and special move arts cost. These effects will remain for Gohan, so you'll want to switch to Trunks at least once to get the most out of the character. This is smart. It gives you a reason to want to tag switch. I like these things, you know what I mean? It's like that extra layer of thought to making the character a little bit more creative. You want that card cost reduction, and you also want the increase to key recovery. It's very smart. Okay. Plus, if you tag switch after 80 After 80 timer counts have passed, you'll get a permanent buff to damage inflicted. Ah, that's very nice. When own health reaches 0, Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks Youth changes to Trunks Youth with 80% health and transforms into Super Saiyan. If a self-destruct happens, he's defeated. Plus, the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield via tag switch. Draw a special arts card next. Charges switch gauge by 30%. I'm telling you, thank the heavens we don't have an AoE green on this character. Can you imagine how obnoxious this would be? Charges switch gauge by 30%. -5 to blast the special move cost. This is nice. This is nice. Plus 20% to health restoration. Nice. And 70% to key recovery. Nice. Also applies the following effects to self once 80 timer counts have elapsed from the battle start. Randomly draw at most 3 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores health by 20% and key by 50. Charges switch gauge by 50% and plus 30% to damage inflicted. Kind of curious what the point of this is. What is the point after 80 timer counts that this would happen? I wonder. It's clearly a call to something, but I don't remember. The following effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. Restore own key by 20. 10% to damage inflicted for 10 counts. Type neutral damage sustained for 5 counts. -1 card draw speed. Every time this character uses an arts card, 10% to damage inflicted. That's the same. And 10% to stacking damage. That's fine. That's the same. That's fine. Has the same effects as Gohan, so you'll be able to use Trunks in the same ways. Okay, so this is all the same as Gohan's. We don't need to go over that again. But now, this is when the succession mechanic occurs. So now we are Super Saiyan Trunks. All the same. His strikes are the same as Gohan's. Oh, so he borrows his kit. Ah, that's interesting. It's a revival that essentially nabs Gohan's kits. Gohan's kit. So the blue card, blast, and strike are the same as Gohan's. Green card is the exact same. New main ability. Charge the unique gauge by 50% and draw special move arts. If there's a defeated battle member, the vanish gauge will be restored by 100% and you'll get a damage buff. So, remember, Super Saiyan Trunks after succession. Draw a special move arts card next. Restore own health by 20% and key by 50. Charges own unique gauge by 50% and destroys all your enemy's cards. That's awesome. The following effects occur if there's a defeated battle member. Restores own vanish gauge by 100%, 30% to damage inflicted, and seals enemy rising rush for 15 counts. This is ridiculously strong. Sealing a rush for 15 counts? That's very, very strong. Unique ability 1. If you transform before 80 timer counts have passed, you'll get a damage buff and unfavorable element factors will be nullified. Plus, if you use an arts card when there's a defeated battle member, then you'll get a permanent buff to crit rate 1 time. Even if you're at a disadvantage and succession activated early on, you'll still have the power to turn things around. Oh, okay. Plus, the following effects to self after transforming. Switches element to element blue. Draw special move arts next. Restore 50 key and cancels attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Also applies the following effects to self if fewer than 80 timer counts have elapsed from battle start. 20% to damage inflicted and nullify unfavorable element factors for 40 counts. Okay, this is good. At least it's timed. I don't want a UG4 situation once again. The following effects occur when faced with an enemy. Restore 20 key, 10% to damage inflicted. So this is the exact same as before. Also applies the following effects to every time this character uses an arts card. Restores key by 10 and 10% to damage inflicted. Also applies the following effects if there's a defeated battle member. Draw a special arts card next and 20% to crit rate. The abilities are overall the same, but the unique gauge will charge faster than it did before transforming. Plus, when you charge it to the max, you draw cards if you have 3 or fewer. Okay, rapidly charges on unique gauge. Once the unique gauge is full, draw 3 new cards if you have 3 or fewer. Yeah, this is all the same. Okay. He looks pretty good. This character looks pretty good. Level 2 card draw speed. Essentially -10 to blast arts. He has, but actually, you know what? A couple of it is going to hinge on the unique gauge, but he also doesn't have cover nullification outside of the green and the unique gauge, if I remember the kit correctly. Yeah, I don't think he has cover null standalone in his kit. It has to come from the green or the unique gauge. Yeah. Yeah. So you're gonna have to wait for the unique gauge to be full. Now here's the thing. Once unique gauge is full, it applies the cover nullification, but once it's full, it's just permanent. So it doesn't deplete. You don't drain the unique gauge. Oh, wait, here we go. This is where it depletes. Okay, I see how it goes. All right, so then the unique gauge is not going to deplete unless you get hit. And the trade-off to that is not having cover nullification. All right. So you're going to hinge on the green card, but you do net a green card when you get the tag switches going. This is an interesting character. I think it's going to be just the succession mechanic alone gives it a tremendous amount of value. But if you think about it, this character has access to some ridiculous equips. They are Future. They are Vegeta Clan. They are Sun Family. They are Super Saiyan. They got Hybrid Saiyans as well. The best equips in the game are blanketed under that. So I think this is looking like a very, very, very good character. I really love that he has AoE green nullification, so I'm very excited for this character. I also like that it's not as easy to get cover nullification. I will admit with you, I was a little bit concerned that it's just so easy that you'd show up on the field. Like, we used to fight for cover null. You used to have to drop combo. I didn't like the idea of just everybody shows up on the field, just brr, 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 I have cover nullification, I combo forever. That's boring. I don't like that. So them having at least a little, small hurdles to go over is great. Succession mechanic is an interesting one. It's essentially a glorified revival, but either way, it gives a lot of value to this character. And blue and purple, though, you know how many Zenkai buffers this character has? I would not be surprised if we start seeing more mono purple because of this. I wouldn't be shocked. Would be funny to see. Either way, you let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this character. As I've said before, I am a big fan of Future Gohan, so I think that this is a nifty little release. Totally understand if people are saying, if you're raising an eyebrow and you're going, really, another Gohan already? We just got Ultra Beast Gohan, now we got Future Gohan. Let's have a little bit of creativity here. Equally as valid. Totally get it. But, let's see how well this character plays out. Because they're blue and purple, that completely snuffs my idea of 17 and 18 getting their Zenkai now, as well as Future Gohan getting their Zenkai. Totally still on the plate, though, because red, really valuable right now. But we'll have to see. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Be on the lookout for the showcases, as well as the usual summons and whatnot. Also, by the time this video goes live, in about 2 hours, I'll be live playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. We can talk about Legends over there as well, and just hang out and have a good time. So be sure to check out the Twitch as well. But until then, peace, guys.